Hello and welcome to Total War Warhammer. This will be the second of two videos that I will be recording in my battles before I get Storm of Chaos out to you guys. So, yep, pretty excited for that. And yeah, let's just get into the replay. I will once again be playing as Mousillon, which is, I'd say, my favorite faction now. I love their color scheme, and the vampires in general just are fun to play as. So this is a Vampires versus Chaos matchup, and it's pretty tough. The Chaos can hard counter the Vampires pretty well, especially with Giants. The Vampires have very little anti-large, and Giants pose a huge problem to them. We are playing on the map of Norden, which will provide me some protection against the Chaos Marauders due to the large amount of trees. So, my army is composed of a line of Graveguard with great weapons. I'm not worried about missiles. So, these are a great pick, and they're anti-armor. I also have Crypt Horrors, who are also anti-armor. 3 of them. Blood Knights, anti-armor and anti-large. And, Hex Race, anti-armor, anti-infantry, and terror-causing. So you'll notice the theme in my army, it's all anti-armor, which Chaos, of course, is plentiful. There's an abundance of armor in the Chaos roster. But you have to realize that the Chaos army, the Chaos player isn't just going to pick a standard Chaos army. They're going to try to hard counter the Vampires. So right here is the Chaos Lord on a corrupted Chaos Dragon with 2 heads, mutated. Also has a Chaos Sorcerer of Fire on a Manticore, so this fire damage is going to pull down any Crypt Horrors, and is also going to do damage against ethereal units like my Hex Wraiths. So I have these hidden in the forest, just like in the last battle. If you pop these guys at the right moment, it is absolutely devastating. So he's just hovering above my guys, getting some shots in with his Marauder Horseman. And he's slowly moving up with his Aspiring Champions, who also cause magical damage. So if I were to bring something like Banshees, these would be the bane of those guys. He also has some Chosen, which are really powerful melee units. They've been buffed since the game's release, and they're not anti-armor, and since the Vampires are not high on armor, these guys are going to be brutal in melee. And also has Chaos Warriors with Halberds, who are going to be pretty powerful against my Crypt Horrors. But what I'm really worried about is these Chaos Giants. Because I can deal with Chaos Warriors with Halberds with my Graveguard with great weapons, but I only have 1 unit to take out my Blood Knights, to take out 2 Chaos Giants, this Chaos Lord, and the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire. Because they're all anti-large. So I'm just waiting for my magic pool to go up, to fill up, and he's just skirmishing with his Marauder Horseman, trying to find an opening in my lines. And you'll notice after all the firing they're doing, they're tired. So their speed is now... Oh, it doesn't show their speed debuff on them. But because they've been throwing, they're going to be reduced speed. So I'm going to do Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma upgraded. And that only costs like 8 mana or 9 mana or something. And that's going to take like 1/3 of these hit points on these Chosen. So that is extremely good. I need to take these guys off the field. I also have some cool spells on my Vampire here. Lore of Shadows, of course. Gotta play with the new stuff. Yeah. I have Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma to take down Chosen and Chaos Warriors. I also have the Withering, which is going to be nice for the leadership debuff, and the -15 armor is going to be good against Chaos. I also have Occam's Razor, or Occam's Mind Racer, which is an extremely powerful spell on the tabletop. Um, it's okay here, but not reflected as how superbly amazing it was. It just, yeah. Plus 44% weapon damage and plus 44% armor piercing damage is extremely powerful, but you can see that it costs 18 winds of magic. So it's going to be pretty hard to use. I'm basically going to try to use that on my Blood Knights. And I'm off here chasing these Marauder Horsemen away, and you can see they're very tired. And I also have the charging animation, so I am going to catch up to them successfully. And that's going to be the end of these Marauder Horsemen. So he's going to take advantage of my Blood Knights being away and charge into my lines. I'm going to stop him here. Send another Melikoth Mystifying Miasma against the Chosen to slow them down and get them into combat later. And yes, stopping the charge of the Aspiring Champions. I probably should have countercharged here. And this is what I'm really worried about. The Chaos Giant coming in here and wrecking all of my Grave Guards. But the only defense I have against that is the Crypt Horrors, who are not going to get slammed by the Chaos Giant. And you can see, all of these guys have magical and fire damage, so these Crypt Horrors are not going to like that at all. So I'm bringing my Blood Knights back as quickly as possible, trying to take down these Chaos Giants. And he has landed with his Chaos Lord just to tear up these Graveguard even more. And he was also pounding away on my Red Duke. It was also pretty survivable, but right now he's on foot, so he's not going to be able to get away as easily. So you can just see it's a grind out right now. Blood Knights charging in here. They're not going to do as well because they're not rear charging. I'm charging through my own lines. And he also has Chaos Warriors with halberds. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did in the last battle and put minus 8% leadership and minus 15% armor on all of these guys, and then bring in the Hex Race in the rear. So this is going to be your beautiful charge. And these guys are already terrified, and they're just going to start routing. He has brought his Chaos Lord down, and I'm trying to get my Blood Knights wherever his Chaos Lord is, but he's going to heal up right now with this Potion of Toughness. And my Hex Rays are taking a lot of damage from his halberds, and he's trying to pin them in right now. But fortunately, these guys are ethereal, so they're gonna pull out pretty well. And unfortunately, these Aspiring Champions are gonna get some hits on my Hex Rays. So right now, I'm doing whatever I can to stop his Chaos Lord from getting away. I think I've already popped El Sif. And my Red Duke is extremely low health right now, and he's pursuing with this Chaos Giant. So I'm gonna try to heal him, and try to pull him away. He also is killing my Vampire of Shadows over here, which is unfortunate, but it does buy me some time. So I'm using the Hex Race to chase down his ready units, but they are getting they do not like the situation right now. So he has kept his Chaos Lord in here, and he's just trying to do whatever he can to kill my Red Duke, but I'm resurrecting him. Well, I'm healing his hit points back. And he is also doing another Flaming Sword of Ruin on all of his troops, which is really, really good. But I have pinned down his Chaos Lord with my Crypt Horrors and my Blood Knights. And these Hex Rays are in the back doing the work. But he still has two Chaos Giants, Chaos Lord, and Feral Manticore, and my Blood Knights are less than 30 health left. Less than half health left. The Red Fury is going to help them quite a bit in combat, and help their vigor so they last longer. So his Chaos Lord is trying to get away. I'm going to stop that with El Sif, and send in the Hex Race to just pin him down as much as possible. And I'm going to run my Red Duke over here and try to get some hits on his Chaos Lord. So it's not looking too bad right now, but there's still some problems on the field for me. And his Chaos Lord is getting away right now, which is pretty unfortunate. And then Elsif wears off. But I am pursuing with my Blood Knights. But his troops have reformed. You can see they're very depleted, but he has formed a new line. And I think I've caught him here, but for some reason my Blood Knights get a misclick there. They go the wrong way. And so I'm surrounding his Chaos Giants, but they are just racking up kills right now. 55, 28. But you have to consider that I do not have that many troops on the field, so that is quite a lot of damage. And he's going to pull through his own men right there. And I'm going to have to retreat from that. And that's going to be the rest of my Hex Wraith gone. I'm trying to run my Red Duke away. If this guy dies, it's going to be very bad for me. And the battle's on a knife's edge right now. So I really need to kill these Chaos Giants as quickly as possible. I'm going to leave these Graveguard behind to tie up all of these troops. And he is sending back his Chaos Dragon and his Manticore. This is the unit I need the most. I have very little mana left, so I'm going to just heal the Blood Knights. And we are going to finally take down these Chaos Giants after so much effort. And my Graveguard are going to sacrifice. But I'm going to bring all of my Graveguard from this fight over to this. And then he's just going to pound them with the Chaos Lord. He has very little health left, but it is a lot of damage this guy can wreak. And the Giants are finally going to go down. Those were the biggest worry, but there's still this Manticore that's 2/3 health at least. And the Chosen are also, even after 2 Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, they've gotten 18 kills and 22 guys left. So finally I pulled down his Chaos Lord with a combination of Elsif, Red Fury, and Blood Knights, which was a huge deal right there. He was almost about to get away. Should have shown that. And then his Manticore is about to arrive here. And I'm chasing with my Blood Knights, but for some reason they're not actually attacking him, and his Manticore barely gets off the ground. So this is going to be the final stand here. His troops are routing. I'm trying to chase them with my Blood Knights. But I'm worried that his Manticore is just going to come down and wreck them when they're isolated. And if he also takes down my Red Duke, that's going to be extremely bad. You can see there the Blood Knight covered in blood. So much battle. And these guys, if I didn't have these Blood Knights right now, this battle would be over. He just charge, get out, and repeat. So all of his guys have reformed. And only have 18 Blood Knights to deal with his half-health Sorcerer. I also need to protect this Red Duke with my life. Unfortunately, I'm afraid of charging his aspiring champions because I don't want a charge coming in off his Chaos Sorcerer. So I'm just my Blood Knights are gonna surround and protect the Red Duke as like a bodyguard to prevent the charge coming down in. And I do have a terrain disadvantage right here, but I need to take it because his mana is gonna recharge pretty soon. So he's going to shield his halberds in and just charge in. You can see how many guys that knocks over, and yep, Flaming Sword of Ruin comes in. I tried to charge him my Blood Knights, but his Manticore retreats through his men, so my charge was kind of wasted there. And the Red Fury was also wasted. It's extremely close right now. All my guys are crumbling. And he sends my guy flying. Gets a really good charge against my general. And does nice damage against him, and just gets away again. And his guys are still holding on just by a hair's edge. And he's charging once again in my Red Duke. He has very little hit points left, 594. But then his line collapses. Then I used to have Elsif on this guy. and then I'm going to chase him down with my Blood Knights. And the rest of his troops are out. So now that he only has his Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, he's gonna be forced to charge down onto the ground. But I only have 15 Blood Knights left. I'm gonna try to protect him, but he does get a nice charge. And does another spell there, which is he just had a lot more mana. But he's gonna finally rout. So that was extremely close. My Red Duke was about to die just from crumbling, and my Grave Lord about to die. So all I had left was a dozen Blood Knights or so. And you can see there, they leveled up 3 times after taking out 2 Chaos Giants, a Chaos Lord, and a Chaos Sorcerer of Fire. So that was absolutely ridiculous. MVP is absolutely... Hexrace also helped take down his main line. If I hadn't had that, he just would have had too much momentum, and my Blood Knights wouldn't have gotten the work in. Red Duke also just hanging there for the long run, and that helped him out. You can see a sliver of health left, and if that had gone away, it would have been game over for much because these guys would have routed from or crumbled from army losses. So very, very good game to Arius, and I'll see you next time.